Hi everyone, today you'll be learning about the intersections of vertical and horizontal lines. So here is today's focus learning target. Given equations of vertical and horizontal lines, I will be able to graph them and find intersections. First, let's start off by reviewing some vocabulary about coordinate planes. So on a coordinate plane, this axis is called the x-axis. And then this axis is called the y-axis. So we have the x-axis and the y-axis. And this coordinate point at 0, 0 is called the origin. So we have the x-axis, y-axis, and origin. Next, let's focus on vertical lines. So first, we're going to make an observation. We're going to plot these coordinates onto the graph. We have 4 coordinate points. 2, 4 goes here. We also have 2, 2. And 2, 0 is right here. And lastly, we have 2, -3 right here. So we plotted the 4 coordinate points. So we just plotted 4 coordinate points. What do you notice about these? So what do you notice about the 4 coordinates? Please answer on Edpuzzle. So you may have noticed that all the x values are 2. All the x values are the same. This is actually a property of vertical lines. So notice here, I can draw a straight line going up and down. So I can draw a vertical line. And the equation to describe this vertical line is x equals 2. Again, the equation of this vertical line is x equals 2. Let's go over the definition of a vertical line. So a vertical line, a line that goes up and down, has the form x equals a. And this a is a number, and this is where the vertical line crosses the x-axis. Remember, you can pause the video if you need more time to write down the definition. As we noticed earlier, all points on a vertical line will have the same x-coordinate. In the earlier observation, we noticed that the x value was all 2. This is a property of vertical lines. So all points on a vertical line have the same x value. For our first example, we will graph x equals 3. So x equals 3. So on the coordinate plane, I find where 3 is on the x-axis. Because remember, 3 is the point where the vertical line and the x-axis cross. I just draw a straight line going up and down, and this is the graph of the equation x equals 3. In our next example, we are going to graph x equals negative 2. So right here, the negative 2, we find it on the x-axis right here, and draw a vertical line, so a line going up and down. This is the line x equals negative 2. On Edpuzzle, please find the graph that represents x equals 4. What if we're given the graph, but we have to find the equation? What do we do here? Notice that the vertical line crosses the x-axis when x equals 1. So this is the equation of the vertical line, simply x equals 1. Again, we found the equation of the line by looking at the graph. So on Edpuzzle, please answer the following example. What is the equation of this vertical line? Next, let's focus on horizontal lines. These are lines going left to right. So like earlier, we are going to make an observation by plotting the following coordinates. I have negative 4, 1 right here. I also have negative 2, 1, and 0, 1, and lastly 3, 1. Here, what do you notice about the 4 coordinates? Is there something that the y values share? Please let me know on Edpuzzle. You may have noticed that all the y values are 1. So all the y values are the same. This is a property of horizontal lines. So I draw this line going side to side. This is a horizontal line. Again, a line going from left to right. And this is described by the equation y equals 1. Let's look at the definition of horizontal lines. So a horizontal line has the form y equals b. And this b is a number, and this is where this horizontal line crosses the y-axis. And all points on a horizontal line will share the same y-coordinate. In the earlier observation, we noticed that the 4 coordinates that we plotted for the horizontal line y equals 1 all shared the same y value. This is a property of horizontal lines. Again, all points on a horizontal line will have the same y value. For our first example, we will graph y equals 4. So we're going to find 4 on the y-axis because this is where the horizontal line and the y-axis will cross. And once I find this point, I just draw a straight line going from left to right. I draw a horizontal line with the equation y equals 4. Next, we will graph y equals -3. So again, find -3 on the y-axis and draw a horizontal line. This is your line y equals -3. On Edpuzzle, choose the graph that represents y equals -2. For example 4, we are going to write the equation of this horizontal line. So where does this line cross the y-axis? It crosses the y-axis when y equals -4. So this is the equation of the horizontal line. Y equals -4. Again, we wrote an equation based on the graph. What is the equation of this line? Please answer on Edpuzzle. Lastly, we will focus on finding intersections of vertical and horizontal lines. So the intersection of two lines is the point where the two lines cross or touch. Here I'm using cross and touch as synonyms. So again, the intersection of two lines is the point where two lines cross or touch. For these two lines, this point would be the point of intersection. This is the point of intersection because it's the point where the two lines are touching or crossing each other. So in the following examples, we're going to focus on the intersections of vertical and horizontal lines. Here I am asked to find the point of intersection of these two lines. The equation for this red vertical line is x equals 3 because it crosses the x-axis when x equals 3. The equation of the horizontal line is y equals 2 because the line crosses the y-axis when y equals 2. This is the point of intersection. What are the coordinates? 3, 2. Let me write this over here, 3, 2. Notice that this is the x value and this is the y value. So technically, you can find the point of intersection without necessarily looking at the graph as long as you are given the equations. Let's look at another example. So again, we are going to find the point of intersection of these two lines. The equation of the vertical line is x equals -3 because this is where the line crosses the x-axis. The equation of the horizontal line is y equals -1 because this is where this line crosses the y-axis. Next, where do we see the point of intersection? Right here, at -3, -1. So the point of intersection is -3, -1. And notice this little shortcut that we can use even if we only had the equations. Please try this final example on Edpuzzle. So find the point of intersection of these two lines. Today you learned about vertical and horizontal lines. A vertical line has the form x equals a. and a horizontal line has the form y equals b. And the intersection of two lines is where the lines touch or cross each other. Please make sure to submit your notes on Canvas and see you next time.